Hello, my name is Mr. Bates and I'm here to talk to you about making a revision activity, and this is a next level revision activity. So these next level revision activities aren't just about learning the fundamental facts by themselves, it's about how the facts all connect together. Today's activity is called the little big picture. Okay, now what a little big picture is looking at the whole topic, like having a quick scan of the whole topic before you just focus in on the details. As an example, I might ask you to talk about the details of this picture behind me, and you might try and learn how many circles there are, how many are all overlapping together, that sort of thing. But really, you probably would have wasted your time mostly, because in actual fact, the important part of that was how do those circles all join together to make this face. Okay, so now we've seen the big picture rather than focusing on the details. We understand the purpose of the learning more and makes it more relevant. What exactly is the big picture? Well, what we're going to be looking at is, first of all, scanning the whole topic. So getting a book, knowledge organizer, having a quick scan through and making some notes of the key ideas. Okay. Why is this important? Well, it makes more sense about the details that you're learning. Okay. So you can see how those little details that you're learning fit into the overall topic. And if things are making more sense, you're going to remember them better. So I'd like to show you an example of how to make a little big picture. So let's have a look at how we do that. And an example I'm going to show you is me using a history topic here. So I borrowed a book and I was going to learn about Nazi Germany. So I've gone straight to the contents page. I'm going to look at the headings and I'm going to make some notes just to get an idea of the whole topic. So here we are at the top there. Let's have a look. So the next thing to do is get my notes. I'm going to put down, I'm going to do a little big picture of Nazi Germany. First things to write down is about the Weimar Republic. And there's lots of details in there. Don't know anything about this, not even how to pronounce Weimar. So I'm going to read those details down. Then I'm going to make some notes on each part, indicating whether I know anything about it or not. Some of the words I'm going to roughly understand. Other things, strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, I sort of got an idea of what he's going to be talking about. Here's another word I've got no idea about, so I am going to indicate that I really don't know who Stresemann was. Let's move on though, I'm not going to spend long. The next topic was Hitler's rise to power. So obviously I know who Hitler is and I know those dates are, getting close to the Second World War. There's some other parts that I'm not too sure about there. Let's move on to the next section, not spending long. So Nazi control, and writing the dates down. Nazi control of Germany with a couple of the details in there, especially the bits I don't understand there. So as you can see, I'm not taking long, I'm just writing down and getting a rough idea in my head what's happening in each section. And the last bit here is the life in Nazi Germany for the German people. Some talk about Nazi youth, education, standard of living, and also Jewish persecution. Now, the last thing to do is, once you've written down those ideas, go back over them and have a quick look and do things linked together. All right, so I can see that we've got dates here, and that's 1918 to 29 and 1919 to 33. So they're roughly the same. And then the bottom two dates there are roughly the same as well. I can then think about grouping those things together in a way that makes sense for me. Here's another example. So here's a knowledge organizer from Science Electricity Knowledge Organizer. I asked students of mine to make a little big picture, and here's one of the examples of that. So what they did was they wrote down the key words, they highlighted if they knew it or weren't too sure, and at the end they sort of link things together to make more sense. This causes that, that links with that, the more of this, those sorts of things. So they just quickly sketched down what they already knew about the topic. Then they went in and learnt the details. So when should you be doing the little big picture activities? Well, in actual fact, they can help any time when you're planning on studying something. So before you going into revise, yep, that's a good time to be doing the little big picture. But also, even before your lessons, if there's a lesson that you want to really make good progress in, it's worth spending 5 minutes before that lesson actually trying to figure out what that lesson's going to be about. Just have a look at your revision guide, at your knowledge organizer, spend 5 minutes. The whole lesson will make more sense to you then. So now it's your turn, and I'd like you to get a knowledge organizer, a textbook, choose a topic. You're going to be reading the headings. You're then going to be making those notes, writing them down, and you're going to be indicating the bits that you know well and don't know. And at the end, I'd like you to group together some of the details. Okay, does this go with that? Does that go with this? Okay. Always remember, don't get stuck into the details. Okay, it's not about learning everything. Don't worry if you miss a few things. The important thing is you're just getting a good overview, so the whole thing makes a bit more sense. So each part should only take you a few seconds on each individual part. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope that works well for you. Keep practicing doing these activities and you're going to get better and better.